Okay, we're going to start by showing that the WordPress network is aware that it is using HTTPS set at site URL and home, and then inherited by domain. It knows that basically, it's showing domain value with the protocol there. And then that is replicated for all subsites. We have a couple set up here. This is just an original subsite. These two are using domain mapping. We can go look here. You can see it is similarly set. Okay. Now the issue with this if we can go there, okay, there we go. The issue with this is that under permalinks now, permalink is shown as HTTP, even though this domain has been mapped using HTTPS as the protocol selection, right? And we can go ahead and just replicate that so we can see it. And as previously documented, all the behaviors we're going to describe here in this screencast are basically they're replicable without the manual edit to site URL and home, so that makes no difference here. In general, I think it's a great way to go about things, working with the WordPress apparatus. Okay, so we're going to create, well, let's do WPMS. Let's double check, make sure it's going to work. Go over here to the DNS for in Cloudflare, and okay, let's use wpmudev.com. Okay, and we will edit site URL and home to use HTTPS. As you can see by default, there it is. And there are a lot of real clever ways to go about getting this. Oops. However, for the purposes here and in general, these simple manual edit does the job well. Okay, and we're ready to go visit our dashboard. And we'll go take a look at the permalinks. We should see HTTPS, as indeed we do. Oh. I got to get used to this new fancy screencasting program. I don't need to do my mouse highlighting anymore. We'll go ahead and set the permalink structure to a custom setting. And what I'd like to do now is go ahead and go into domain mapping here, and we're going to notice that domain mapping seems to think that it is not using HTTPS. Right there. That's, to me, that's anomalous, because I know that WordPress thinks, and WordPress is using HTTPS and is aware of that fact. It's reflected in all the places it should be. Why and how domain mapping is putting that in there, I don't know. I haven't really picked it apart to that degree. In any case, we'll go ahead here, and we're going to map with HTTPS as the selected protocol. Okay, we're going to do WPMS club. Front-end redirect directed to mapped domain. Ready to go. And we got a valid status there. should be clickable. And we've got a nice little site. Okay. And now might be just a good time to demonstrate that that works. So we'll get to that by the end of the video here. That's the whole point. So the issue here, though, is that if we go to, say, create a new post, this is a slightly older system here. My primary got dropped by a cat the other day. It's a little slower running Camtasia and these other browsers. So it's just doing some words, and should be good. As you probably noticed there, as it finally popped in the permalink, we've got a permalink, or other words, what WordPress sees as a canonical address that doesn't match our actual address in use. And that means all kinds of stuff, among other things. Every time WordPress puts that out in a feed and so forth, I mean, that's a redirect. I don't need to detail everything. It has many consequences, and all of them basically are suboptimal and or require additional work to mitigate or address. Okay, here we are in WP config, and as you can see, Sunrise there. Right above, we've defined force SSL admin true. I usually actually put this up towards the top of the file, but I'll put it here so it fits in the screen. This is the define in question to address the permalinks issue. You can look in, I think it's domain mapping PHP around line 98 is where I found reference to this first. So we're going to go ahead and activate it. And then we'll bop over to WordPress and see what it's done. But on the way, we're going to take a glance into htaccess. Okay, and here we are, looking at our current htaccess. It's a very simple file currently. This is, again, just a test install, keeping things as simple as possible. As you can see, I've added a block there above WordPress stock, where we turn on the engine as we need to, we set the base, and then we have a control. We do not capture on the rewrite rule, as far as I can tell, no need. That's a server footprint that we can skip, and we're just rebuilding the address to itself using HTTPS if the flag's not currently active. It's pretty straightforward, considering the complexity of what's going on there. So just wanted to stop in here and have a look. Now we're headed back to WordPress admin. Okay, so we're back into WordPress. Before this screen started recording, I went back to all posts, and we're going to go back into edit for what my canonical, and we expect to see the permalink updated to use HTTPS. And there we go. Nicely done. We should be able to now go to settings, permalinks, and see that the permalink value has been updated in general to use HTTPS as expected and desired. And there we go. That's really good. Just to double verify here, when we come to domain mapping, we should also see that domain mapping now recognizes the HTTPS usage. Indeed it does. So we're now consistent, and that's a really good thing. However, I mean, we can might as well just pop over here, we can look at the same thing, which has happened for WPMS Cloud. This is really, I've gone through this pretty thoroughly, and it's very consistent. So we have our HTTPS now. The issue that has been created by turning on DM-Force Protocol and map domain is that now from the front end of mapped domains that have been mapped using HTTPS, we have malformed links in the admin bar, in the default meta widget, and in the edit links for content. So as you can see there, down in the bottom of the screen, and we'll go ahead and go into inspect elements so we can see it a little bit more clearly, it's adding a really weird link permutation. Switch over to the console, and we'll do a hard page refresh. Oh, just debugging the wrong thing. So let's inspect this element. And here we can see the malformed link. Now, when I use the inspector in Chrome and do a mouse over here, I get something different. I'll include that here in a minute, or in a, yeah, so we can look at that too. But this is basically what it's doing. It's throwing in this HTTPS, ://. Okay, let's take a look at a few other elements on the page that are having the issue. I guess let's take a look at the meta widget next. Here you can see there it is also experiencing this, and even for a logged out user, the meta widget is affected. So I guess in that sense I need to update my description of the issue. So this does affect logged out users as well, there in that sense, and possibly in other ways. So we have the same behavior. Also now in the admin bar, the same stuff. Inspect element again, so it's clear. The system is lagging a little bit. I need to restart after this video. So all the links in the admin bar are behaving the same, with a couple of exceptions. Every subsite's visit site link is correct. Every other link for subsites is incorrect, is malformed in the same way. Okay. Primary is also malformed, right? Except for its visit site link. However, network admin is fine. Again, all the menu items in network admin work correctly. If we try to visit anything else, we'll go ahead and just give it a try here. And of course the browser can't handle it. We'll go ahead and visit the link for network admin dashboard, and we will succeed. So as the last element, I think what we're going to do is, as I mentioned in the bug report thread for domain mapping where I first mentioned this behavior, we use two tools which need to be accessed from the front end of mapped domains by users while logged in. and we were very concerned that this behavior would, interfere with those tools. It's inconvenient enough. It's enough of an issue that it's affecting what it is affecting, not just the admin bar, but the edit links for content, and so forth. But I thought basically that we would go ahead and show that behavior here. Actually, we'll just go ahead and use this because it's already set up. So in particular, we're talking about Dynamic for Genesis, which has a front-end CSS builder set up. Close the inspector there. So without the inspector, you can make your changes in the back end here, and they have a nifty little CSS builder that's helpful for people to put things together, so forth. However, if you want or need to see the context for your changes while working, you can activate the front end builder, and we'll give that a test right here. I made that little edit in green earlier testing this out. So as you can see, just click the link, the dash links are all messed up. So are the edit links and so forth, there. Just make it clear. However, our nice CSS builder is performing just fine. We'll turn on the element selectors. We're doing things well. Actually, let's just change the site title again. So we're going to remove this customization essentially. Bring it back into our kind of working area. And let's go ahead and, well, let's try and put a border around it. How's that? No. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I'll just go ahead and put in switch the background out, essentially. Good. And there we go. Put that back into our finished area and save our changes. Okay. Oh, we forgot to close up our elements. Now, if we go ahead and open up another browser, we should be able to observe that this change has happened live, and at the same time take a look at the login link down here. So here we are in Chrome, and see what we see. Oh, it looks like our change is stuck. However, if we try to log in, there we have a no-go. So let's go ahead, we can use our network admin link. And we'll give the Beaver Builder and actually enter the post. We get our page builder. And that link is fine. Edit post, new, so forth are all messed up. The page builder is just fine. We can enter page builder and make our changes as needed. Try and do something live again, if the browser can catch up with us again. Call to action. So, that is pretty awesome, in my opinion. It would just be really nice if the admin bar worked, basically. So, that pretty much concludes our screencast here. Thanks for watching and bearing with. Please let me know if you have any questions. I am more than happy to answer any or to provide more information, etc. Looking forward to working through this.